Gold FM is #1 here in Ecotourism.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nel.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about bottle cola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In this bulletin, 4 possible independent candidates so far for general election. Unexpected burst in main pipe delays full restoration of water. An ecotourism project to be developed in Lautoka. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spade and this is FBC News. 4 independent candidates have registered their interest in contesting the September elections with the Supervisor of Elections. Chanel Sivan reports although they're not registered, they can still campaign.
The Elections Office will soon release a nomination form for persons wishing to stand as an independent candidate in the September elections. So far, 4 aspiring independent candidates have shown their interest.
Independent candidates are very much, at the moment, they're not independent candidates as per the decree. The decree, under the electoral decree, a person becomes a candidate after the nomination has been accepted, and the nominations will open after the writs are issued, and the writs have not yet been issued. So they're very much like any ordinary person, but they're aspiring to be independent candidates in this election, yes.
Under the electoral decree, a person wishing to stand as an independent candidate in an election must be duly nominated in writing on a nomination paper in the form approved by the Electoral Commission.
The requirements for an independent candidate is you have to be a registered voter, and the other requirements under the Constitution about your being in Fiji for 2 years and etc. The process will be further detailed and outlined in subsequent days. So that, once we are ready with the nomination forms, and that's when they can actually check and take part in the process.
Although there are no restrictions on aspiring candidates to begin campaign, Fijians must understand they are not candidates as yet and are not registered. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
A father of 4 children who repeatedly raped his niece and got her pregnant has been jailed for 9 years. The 49-year-old Nausori Carpenter was found guilty of 6 counts of rape by the Suva High Court. The accused warned his niece not to tell anyone or he would abandon her. Judge Justice Janaka Bandara says the victim came to Viti level with high expectations of a better future, but her uncle's actions resulted in her becoming a young single mum. He said the man robbed his niece of her youth, and now she is left with a devastated future and a lifelong trauma. Residents of Lautoka and Nadi affected by weekend water cuts can expect the disruptions to continue at least until tomorrow evening. An unexpected burst to a main pipeline repaired yesterday is causing this added delay in restoring service. Mika Longa reports.
Water supplies were to have normalized last night. However, this has been delayed to possibly tomorrow evening.
Repairs on the leaks were carried out since Friday night. And when they reopened the quays yesterday, a burst occurred in the main line.
I'm happy because they are doing that okay maintenance job. They can provide this water to everywhere.
Children at home, and those people want to maintenance. We agree, just give waters.
The Central Eastern Manager says while the Water Authority of Fiji has qualified and skilled engineers, the existing system remains a challenge.
Many of the pipes are 30 to 50 years old at Vaturu. They are supposed to be duplicate pipes when one is affected. The other continues the supply of water to the people. These are the problems we face.
Bulobakadengu added the Water Authority is also challenged by trying to keep pace with the increase in population in the west and other parts of the country, and is trying to ensure that every household is adequately supplied with clean water.
We are playing catch-up rugby here. We are racing against the increase in demands by trying to increase supply. We are trying to reverse that in the future.
The Water Authority says a progressive restoration can be expected from tonight as engineers repair the main pipe. Mikalonga, FBC News.
The business community in Lautoka has a plan for the city to become an attractive tourist destination by developing more ecotourism projects. Lautoka has become a popular port of call, but there are very few activities for the tourists who arrive aboard cruise ships. Akusita Tale reports.
Tavakumbu village, nestled below the hills surrounding Lautoka, will soon be developed into an ecotourism spot in the hope of attracting more tourists to the city. The development has the support of the Lautoka Chamber of Commerce.
Ecotourism will consist of about 10 to 12 bures in that area, in the jungle, with a creek and artificial waterfall and a small clubhouse and many other things what you think of tourists. Horse ride, trail for walking, and other bungee jumping and many other activities for the tourist.
Lautoka is also home to the Ambada National Park, located about 15 kilometers from the city.
We had very heavy rain a few months ago, and later last year there was a hurricane and the road was really bad. And now we are talking to the authorities, the road authorities and the Commissioner Western to fix that road up, and we're going to do that same ecotourism in Ambada too.
Creating and building a strong economy is what Salim and his team will drive towards, and it won't be long before the Sugar City will be a buzz of new activities.
You can say in 3-4 months' time, with the help of government and other authorities, Lautoka will boost its economy by this tourism. Definitely, it's only 3 or 4 months away.
The project is expected to cost between $5 to $7 million. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
NFP list of candidates and manifesto expected mid-next month, more after the break.
Gonga elambasa Mbula FM number 2 na sere.
Ndu talita kana borong na Mbula FM number 2 na sere su.
Au waitu tu garaki au rebot tu nistima au ndu talita kana borong na Mbula.
Bola bina Fiji Mbula FM number 2 Ecotourism.
Bola bina Teranoga Mbula FM number 2 Tikonga.
Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. A $1,000 reward remains in place for the arrest of 65-year-old Eliki Suka of Midra settlement in Singatoka. Suka is wanted for questioning about the fire which killed his wife and resulted in serious burns to his 8-year-old daughter at the Nathavora Waters restaurant a week before Christmas. Police spokesman Inspector Atunaisa Sokomuri is urging the public to help the investigators locate Suka.
The reward of $1,000 is still on for persons who might offer information that might lead to the location or the arrest of Suka. And we again want to appeal to members of the community. Please, if you know his whereabouts or you know where he's staying, please do contact your nearest police station.
Police say Suka knows the circumstances that led to the fatal fire. The National Federation Party is in the process of finalizing its list of candidates for the September 17th general election. The party says it did not have any difficulties finding people who want to run. Ritika Pratap reports.
A special committee selected at the National Federation Party's working committee meeting yesterday will now scrutinize the expressions of interest from party supporters.
They will be looking at the list of candidates in the next 2 or 3 days, and as soon as the selection committee has gone through that list, talked to the candidates, we will be ready to announce some of them. We will be announcing them in different batches.
The party has announced some prospective candidates, including Seni Nambo, a former environmental activist, former school teacher Prabhashni Prasad, former politician Prem Singh, and Bala Das.
Very good interest, and you can see today, young, stalwarts, people of different races, women, and I can tell you that we will have some very, very formidable women candidates for NFP in this election. And
The party has also set up a women's wing and youth swing.
We have not made the final decision whether we're going to have all 50 or we're going to have 40 or 35, but you can expect certainly more than 30 candidates to contest the election.
The National Federation Party will hold its next working committee meeting in Lambasa on Sunday. Dr. Biman Prasad says they're holding pocket meetings around the country to inform the people about party strategies. It is also expected that the party will release its manifesto by mid of next month. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Ethel Affairs Permanent Secretary Savanatha Kaunisela says they will need to work together as a team to improve their image, work smarter, motivate others and overcome challenges. While officially launching their new corporate uniforms, Kaunisela emphasized that staff members need to maintain their professional look at all times. He says civil servants in the ministry will need to be more engaging with their service to the public.
Wearing uniform is one thing and performance is another. I hope we will be mindful that these two will always be the center point, and we need to ensure that that is embraced by all.
Kaunisela urged his team to lift their standard of service delivery. Film Fiji has brought in 2 faculty members from the Southern Institute of Technology in New Zealand to help students develop their filmmaking skills. Ellen Stahls reports the trainers are eager to train the participants who are preparing their films for the Kula Film Awards in July.
Patrick Gillies and James Wilkinson will be conducting training in Suva, Nandi and Lambasa. Developing the art of storytelling will be one of the key areas they will be focusing on.
These courses that we're doing over the next few days are designed to kind of inspire the children to as I said earlier, to find their inner voice, to help tell those stories so that we can just grow an industry of local storytellers. And that includes directors, producers, actors, technicians. Yeah.
100 participants have confirmed to attend the first training at the Fiji National University in Raiwai, Suva, tomorrow.
Primarily they're working towards making films for the Kula festival, but what we'd like to see is for them to submit these films to international film festivals and also take the knowledge that they've learned from the workshops and apply them to future projects, and most importantly to inspire them into careers in the industry.
Wilkinson, who specializes in 3D animations and digital media, says filmmakers need to stay true to themselves and the stories they want to tell.
Often in film, especially when we're younger, we're influenced by American big blockbusters and so forth, and everyone wants to make films with guns and knives and stuff. But I think simple stories about people's lives are a lot more effective for people to watch and enjoy.
The Kula Film Awards will be held right here in Suva on the 26th of July. And with all this extra training, expectations will be high for students to deliver a better product. Ellen Stahls, FBC News.
Coming up in sports news, FRU clarifies debacle about weekend rugby match. And Vodafone Fiji side has a good chance of creating history by qualifying for the Under-20 Soccer World Cup.
Ito singa ta kundo tali ta na paro na radio Fijuan na station yal mutua.
Ako na poro ko na tali ta. Mandau tali ta kiti na paro radio Fijuan.
Kitongo isu untuk tali ta na paro na radio Fijuan station yal mutua.
Kito tali ta na radio Fijuan. Na radio Fijuan ento tali ta kitalanga sintoka.
Station in Machino Pinatia na radio Fijuan. Konkan beyan.
Na Radio Fijuan nandumoi bitin honga ni BNN.
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. The Fiji Rugby Union has today clarified the debacle, which saw the Lautoka team develop its defaulted Skipper Cup match against Overlau on Saturday. While Lautoka claimed it had not received travelling allowances for the match, FRU has proven this was not the case. FRU claims to have made a payment of $9,000 to the Lautoka Rugby Union, and the parent body is unhappy with the Maroons taking the matter to the media without first consulting the Rugby House. FRU says it was notified late Thursday evening about Lautoka's plan not to feature in the competition.
I sent an email urgently seeking our assistance. At that time I sent an email back to Mr. Nakadir confirming FRU's assistance, and for us to pay $9,000 to Patterson Shipping for their mother water trip and to take it from their May allocation. So we have an email here from Lautoka Rugby Union, and we have payment vouchers here that we did pay the passage.
Meanwhile, Ovalau has been awarded the match. The Vodafone Fiji side is 3 games away from a chance to create history by qualifying for the Under-20 Football World Cup. They beat New Caledonia 2-0 in the OFC playoffs in Suva last night. Indra Singh with more.
It was this deadly bar combination that unlocked the stubborn New Caledonia defence, and this is what the coach wants to see more of.
It all depends on the teams which we are playing. And last we played American Samoa, it was a different game, and now we are playing New Caledonia, it was a different game. And the boys kept up to the level, to the New Caledonian side level, and they played well.
Later, it was a spot kick by rugged defender Tony Tuivuna, which sealed the 3 points to put Fiji on top of the points table after 2 matches.
Of course, yes, every time when a team plays, there will be some things to improve on the teams, and we will rectify the mistakes after looking at the videos and we will go back.
Kumar says there are no two ways about what the approach for tomorrow's opponents Papua New Guinea will be like. He just wants more of the same.
Of course, yes, we will take every game seriously as we have taken American Samoa and New Caledonia. So we will take PNG as our greatest opponents now.
The PNG outfit will be hurting after the setback against American Samoa, but there are also bigger worries for them to think of.
Well, with Vagi, he had this dislocation of the kneecap about 2 months ago, so he's recovered quite well from that. His first game since the injury was against the Solomon Islands. He'd done quite well, but we believe he's now re-injured the knee, which means, he probably won't be able to play the next game, but miracles happen. We're always looking for miracles.
2 down, 3 to go, 6 points in the bag, at least 9 needed to create history. These are just some of the thoughts that will be running in the minds of the Fijians as the road to history continues. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, American Samoa created the biggest upset of the tournament so far, holding a highly fancied Papua New Guinea side to a 1-1 draw. The Minnows won the hearts of fans with their input in a match most were predicting PNG would win comfortably. Here's the action.
Indians now get a chance here to create some space, and then they drive, and that's the first one that they were looking for, and it has brought a lot of joy here. And when you look at it as it comes to the bench.
I made a big mistake in giving the subs a chance to play in the first half. Well, at the end of the day, there was 8 of them who didn't start against the Solomon Islands. So the tournament is about 5 games, and it's very difficult for all teams every 2 days to play.
Yeah, but we come for a win. I think we assess our games, the last games. So we assess our games, then we try to do better in the second game, and we come for a win. But it's too bad we draw. But that's a good, good result for us.
Remember, you can watch the Fiji-PNG game live and exclusive on FBC TV at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. For the first time, a Rugby League competition has been established for the Northern Division. The Fiji National Rugby League says the staging of the Madawata zone is part of their effort to gather a large support base for the game across the country. Chalendau Vakavaka reports.
10 clubs will battle it out in the Madawata zone this weekend. It is an encouraging move for the Fiji National Rugby League to see the number of zones increase in this year's Vodafone Cup competition.
Coming Saturday at Draketi Grounds, 10 clubs are taking part. First ever Rugby League played in the Vanuatu division of our country. So that's a great achievement, and we would like to invite the viewers of Vanuatu if they could come down to the ground and watch the game.
The creation of the Madawata zone is a product of the outreach program conducted by the Fiji Sports Commission last year.
With our outreach programs and the development programs we've been doing in the north, a lot of them are done quite quietly without the media seeing or being around. But we've introduced Rugby League up there in quite a big way.
The Madhuata Zone kicks off this Saturday at the Nreketi High School ground. Tsalendo Kadak, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation has penned another new deal in sports. This time it's with the Maris Volleyball Club to sponsor their annual tournament for the next 5 years.
One of the main issues for Maris Volleyball is the development of grassroots sports in Fiji, and volleyball is first.
This will also include the naming rights of the tournament as well, which we have named Bula FM Maris Volleyball Tournament.
A total of $15,000 in prize money will be awarded for this year's two-day tournament to be held in Suva next month.
All the pool games, that's 84 in total. For women's and men's, each game will be $50 prize money. So that should be great initiative to watch great volleyball because the competition we know is going to be tough.
32 men's and 24 women's teams from around the country will participate. Suva-based Fortec Construction Limited will sign a civil works contract for construction of the new USP campus in Kiribati on Wednesday. The company entered the successful bid to build the facility on the island of Tarawa. This follows the signing of a loan agreement and a guarantee agreement by USP's Deputy Vice-Chancellor Dr. Esther Williams and the Kiribati Finance Minister Tom Murdoch. The signing resulted in securing an extra US $1 million from the Asian Development Bank for the new campus. The revised cost estimates for the three-story building required more financing in addition to the US $2.6 million already allocated and approved for the project in 2012. A new week and it's weather time with Trish.
Thanks, Jackie. The southerly cool winds that marked last week are gone, giving way to more easterly winds, bringing warmer and wetter conditions. Looking at today's map, the capital city had cloudy skies all day with a few scattered showers in the afternoon. Nadi Lotokamba also had occasional showers and cloudy skies during the day, save for Savu Savu and Lambasa. Temperatures today, we have Ba with the lowest on 26, Nadi Lotoka on 27, Suva with 28, and Savu Savu hit 29, whereas the highest was Lambasa on 30. Tomorrow's forecast calls for cloudy skies in the morning, but fine weather later in the afternoon for Nadi Lotoka Ba and Savu Savu. Suva will have occasional scattered showers all day, and Lambasa will have fine weather all day. For Mariners, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots with moderate seas. And now this magnificent photo taken at the Coral Coast, sent in by Emmanuel Prasad.
Thanks so much for that, Trish. To the main points again. 4 people show interest in contesting general election as independent candidates. A father of 4 children who repeatedly raped his niece and got her pregnant has been jailed for 9 years, and a $1,000 reward remains in place for the arrest of 65-year-old Eliki Suko of Singatoka, who was wanted for questioning about a fire which caused the death of his wife last December. Now to the poll segment and the results of last week's question. We had asked, should tollways be introduced on the roads? 53% said yes. This week's question, we're asking, can Fiji under-20 soccer create history by qualifying for the World Cup? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's all from us. Good night.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Singatoka.
और किसके सुनी यार, हमारा एक सच्चा साथी है मिर्ची एफएम लंबा सा।
I love Mirchi FM. It's so hot. देखे में लाल लाल, खाए में हाय हाय। टंगी टंगी तवा में
Mirchi FM is hot. Here at Rugby Town, Singatoka love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva.
It's hot.
हम वहीं के लिए लंबासा में रहता है धोखे का बताइए हम मिर्ची एफएम सुनता है
Mirchi FM, बहुत जुलूम जुलूम.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.